What's going on, folks? Trying to get my stuff situated. So, if you were watching me earlier, man, sorry about earlier. The something was going on with the internet. Something was going on with the internet. So before any of the fights that matter get underway, before any of the fights that matter get underway, let's go back to talking about Florida State basketball and the disappointing showcase that those guys put on this afternoon, and just an uninspired, uh, no sense of urgency basketball they played with today. The main card is about to start though. So we're gonna watch the fight. But man, that basketball game was really disappointing to watch, if I may say so myself. Uninspired, no sense of urgency, just nothing, just sloppy. I think they missed 9 free throws. Um, Double-digit turnovers. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Let's see who all's in the chat so far. Tyler says, show the fight. OG says, which Caleb you got? I got Plant. Plant easy, matter of fact. Plant easy win. Easy win for Caleb Plant. No, Tyler, I never bet on the fights. Not much of a bet of a gambler. Not much of a gambler. We're going to turn it up just a little bit here. Because here we get some stuff going. Hit the like button on the way in, man. Again, our fight live streams are usually not going to be as big as our Seminole stuff, but we're growing, man. We're growing. We're building. We're going to get this thing all up and running here eventually. But again, until the fights get underway, before the fights get underway, man, I got to tell you, that basketball team does not look hot. Is the fight going to be shown, or are we just going to talk? Yeah, the fight's going to be shown on Fox. So you can, by all means, man, go watch the fight on Fox. Go do your thing, bro. Go do your thing. Yeah. Did you buy the Gamestop stock, man? What is all this commotion around that GameStop stuff? I've been hearing about it. What, man? It was like wasn't it like 5-6 months ago? GameStop was on the verge of going out of business. Like they were closing down stores left and right. What happened with GameStop? Now all of a sudden I'm hearing their stock is skyrocketing. What happened with that? I don't know much about the stock market. So what is the deal with that, man? That's crazy. That is crazy. I've heard a lot about it, but I don't know like any of the particulars. Necessary to achieve any objective. Extremely hard. I sacrificed my whole life. No fights are starting yet. Just a bunch of promo work, so not much to really talk about yet. So again, whatever y'all want to talk about in the chat, by all means, let's hit it. Let's get it going. As far as fight news goes, they got Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders have agreed to a fight, which is very, very, very interesting. Billy Joe, I don't know, he's a guy that's been popped for steroids, and I don't know how much he has in the tank since being popped for steroids. His last fight did not look great, but I think solid fight, I guess. Pat, what's going on, man? OG says basically the rich was trying to get over on the regular guy, which that happens every day here in America. Hedge funds sorted the hell out of GameStop stock. Basically, bet it was going to go down. So a bunch of people on Reddit decided to buy up a ton of stock, and it caused the stock to roar. Cost hedge funds billions. Wow. Yeah, man. Because I remember there was a lot of talks of GameStop eventually even going out of the business, that they had a flawed business model. So that's interesting. Would have cost them more if all the trading platforms didn't shut down the ability to buy just to protect their hedge fund buddies. Crazy. Yes, it is on Fox. Fox is showing the fight, so by all means, guys, go watch the fight on Fox. Fox is showing the fight. They're gonna come in here and ask every 5 minutes, "Am I showing the fight?" No, Fox is, but I'm gonna be talking about it live as it goes down. If that's something you're interested in, by all means, sit here for the next few hours and shoot the shit and talk. Grab your drink. I'll be grabbing mine soon here. But yeah, man. Oh, the stock is going to drop a ton. It's more of a protest than anything. So basically, enlighten me, Tyler. So these people that bought all this stock and now the stock is soared. If they sell it now, what do they? If they sell all this stock that they bought and they cause this stock to go up, I think I heard like $500 a share or whatever crazy number it's at right now. They sell it right now. They come out on top, or should they hold on to it, or how what should they do? I like Sean Porter's suit, man. I like the color. I'm not a fan of his tie though, and the tie and the damn what's the name don't match. Do we get to see the fight? Spencer, you can go watch the fight, bro. I am not stopping you from watching the fight. Spencer Rivas. Yes, you get to see the fight, just not here. Fox is showing the fight for free. It's on free cable if you have cable. If you don't have cable, well, then I guess you don't get to see the fight. You can just listen to the commentary. But yeah, man, go watch the fight. Fight is on free cable tonight. Fox PBC. Go watch the fight. Sean, thank you so much. Let's look at the full card coming your way. We've got interesting fights. Super prospect Joey Spencer. Okay, we've got Joey Spencer tonight. I like Joey Spencer. If you guys haven't watched Joey, Joey's a little solid prospect, man. Joey Spencer's pretty nice. We got some heavyweights that I've never heard of, but I'm definitely going to be interested to watch the heavyweights get into it. And of course, we got the main event tonight. If they sell high, then obviously they're going to make a ton of money. But if everyone starts selling, then the price is going to drop. And some people are going to be left holding a bag of shit. Okay, right. His own name in this spot. Let's go to Heidi Androl, who's there ringside. Heidi, your thoughts on Isaiah Seldon to get the bloodlines in there going in as the opponent in this fight?
Absolutely, Brian. The interesting thing is he never actually put on the boxing gloves as a kid. You would think that with a father like Bruce Seldon, there he is with his dad. He said football was his sport, and when the scholarship didn't come,
plant cherry picking. That's what Spencer's asking. According to Plant, this is a mandatory. It's an IBF super middleweight mandatory fight. According to Caleb Plant, after this fight, he's freed up for the next 2 years to make some unification fights or whatever the case. Definitely not a tough fight. I don't know if a cherry pick is the right word. Anytime it's a mandatory, I don't think cherry pick is the right word. But it's definitely a fight that he should win. He should win going away easily tonight. Shouldn't, my opinion, shouldn't be much of a fight tonight. Should be an easy fight. Should be an easy fight tonight. Unanimous decision. That's what I'm thinking. Unanimous decision tonight. We got Joey Spencer about to fight right now. Hey, I live in Canada, and I can't access the fight on Fox even with the VPN because you got to pay with the American address. Man, Ethan, that sucks. I don't know I don't know. Do you guys have a? I heard Canada has like its separate sports network or something. Man, isn't it called like the Sports Network? I used to work with a Canadian guy. He used to tell me all these stories. Like how we have ESPN here in America. Canada has like the Sports Network or something like that. That's literally what it's called. Another of the options is that the hedge funds had to be expired or will expire soon. Basically, they were forced to buy a ton of stock at a high price, and that will cause the price to rise more. At least that's the theory. So, what is the issue? Is the issue just that the average Joe came up and kind of bucked the system, I guess you would call it? And now the guys at the top are just mad about that, or is it something more to it, Tyler? I thought anybody could buy stocks, but of course we know in this world nothing's ever as it seems. All right, we got Joey. Joey's a nice little prospect here, junior welterweight guy at 140. Joey's a nice little prospect here. We're about to see Joey fight.
When you were giving your instructions in the dressing room, I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Check him out. Good luck to both of you.
All right, let's go. Yes, and they changed the rules in the middle of the game to benefit the billionaires. So yeah, so typical capitalism, right? I mean that's what we're talking about, really. Is typical? Well, I guess the definition of capitalism. Actually, that's not typical capitalism. But I mean, come on, it's America. The billionaires always get the benefit, so they're only mad because they changed the rules in the middle of the game, or they're trying to change the rules in the middle of the game to benefit the big money makers. Got you. That's the only reason why it's a big deal. Everybody likes to talk about a little bit off topic, but it goes along with this stock thing. And don't get me wrong, racism is alive and well, but we seem to ignore classism. And a lot of times, man, classism is as big, if not a bigger factor than racism. It really is, man. Let's go. About to go with Joey. Anyway, what else is going on around the world today? Other than the fights tonight, FSU basketball lost. After being on a hot win streak, where I think they were averaging 85 points a game over these last 5 wins. To go out and play the way they played today was ridiculous. Fragrance Journey says Plant is home team. Isn't Plant from Memphis, right? Plant is from Memphis, Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what's up. If you're from Memphis. I think Plant is from Memphis. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's from Memphis. And he said UF basketball won. They did. They actually beat a ranked West Virginia team, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. First round. Spencer, Sheldon, 8-round fight. Spencer's a nice up-and-coming young prospect at super welterweight. I thought he's at 154. I thought Joey was at 140. Ooh, I was wrong there. Joey's at 154. So we're going to see if Joey can play his way into fighting the welterweight champ of the world. Which Charlo is? I think it's Jermel is the small Charlo. I think Jermel is the 154 Charlo. Basically, the little guy only had the opportunity to sell, while the fat cats could buy and sell as they please and were able to dump their positions. I'm a Gator fan. Appreciate you, man. Oh my God! And Joey Spencer just put Seldon down first round. Whoa. Whoa. Did y'all see that? Oh, I know OG watching. Did you see that, OG? He got up, man. Spencer finna finish him, though. Spencer finna finish him. Holy cow. I'm looking at the chat, and next thing I know, Buddy is face down on the mat. Tell you, man, Joey's a nice little young prospect here. Oh, come on. Don't. What was that, Seldon? Seldon, that was trash. Seldon started getting dirty in there. Seldon starting to get dirty in there. Yeah, come on. He mad because he got the knockdown. Okay, we getting interesting here. We getting some excitement right now because Seldon trying to play dirty games. He mad because he got knocked down. Yeah, you don't fight like that, man. That was Bush League. That was Bush League. Come on, Joey. Joey gonna finish him off. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to OG. He got embarrassed. He feels embarrassed, so he had to come down, do some dirty stuff behind the head. Everybody knows you don't hit a fighter like that behind the head. That was already a knockdown, and he got 2 points taken. So you're talking about a 6-point round. And look. Oh my God. Yeah, good stop, ref. Just stop the fight. No, ain't no come on. You're outclassed. You're outmatched. Joey didn't even hit you flush, and you fell, bro. It's over. You just. Oh my God. Wow, they're threatening to take Buddy pay because he acting all out of pocket. Maiden Day, bro. Maiden Day, you watching this? You watch your boy Seldon get embarrassed in the first round? Shout out to Joey Spencer, boy, looking like the goods. I don't know if he's ready for none of them Charlos, but he looking like the goods. Go back to the replay, man. He got embarrassed. Yeah, OG, he mad. OG said he mad now. Yeah, he mad. What he wanted? Oh, he crying. He crying in the corner, y'all. He crying in the corner. He got beat in a boxing match, and he crying in the corner. Shout out to Joey, the baby face assassin. I like Joey. Again, I don't think he's ready for them Jamel. I don't think he's ready for the Charlo, but 154, man, that 154 division. There's some good fights in there for Joey if he keeps winning and keeps looking good doing it. Impressive first round for Joey. But this was crazy. Yeah, OG, this was crazy. This first round was crazy. Bim! That boy was face down, ass up. and then started fighting dirty, only to get put down again and then go cry in the corner. What in the hell is going on here? Good way to start off the night. Why they pushed all the fights up? I think they pushed them up. I think the prelims got done a little early. Because, yeah, this first fight's already over. We're going to have another fight after this, the heavyweight fight, between some heavyweight guys that I don't know. So I'm interested to watch some heavyweight prospects. And then got the main event. Hit the like button, man. That was a nice little way to start this little stream off. Didn't even look prepared. Garbage. You had no chance. I don't know, bro. Come on. There's one thing. I don't know the mindset of a guy like that. Okay, you come in. I'm not gonna say he didn't look prepared. I'm gonna assume that's why he's so pissed. I'm assuming he really trained hard for this fight. But sometimes you just outmatched, bro. He was obviously outmatched. He was outmatched, and then he went to fighting dirty. Grabbed Joey Spencer and then started hitting him behind the head. Ref takes 2 points. So that's already a 10-6 round. Gets put down again. Refs like, you know what? We don't even need to see you anymore. I'm gonna stop the fight. Wants to fight. The ref is crying in the corner. Man, tough break for Seldon. But you got to do better than that. Maybe sometimes you're just not on the level. And again, Spencer, that's the kid that they're grooming to be the next, super welterweight champion of the world. Junior middleweight, super welterweight. It's the same thing. 154. They're trying to get him to be the next 154 champ. He's gonna have to go through Charlo to get it, but I mean, they're putting him on the right track to success. Couldn't even finish my drink. That boy was through. That's what I'm saying. I'm reading comments. This thing I'm looking at, buddy, face down, ass up. But yeah, you're right, Tyler. He didn't belong in that ring with Joey tonight, and especially acting like that. I mean, look, I get it. Fighting's a brutal sport. Adrenaline, testosterone, everything's running high, bro. But you don't conduct yourself like that after getting thoroughly beat. After getting thoroughly beat like that, you do not embarrass yourself like that. And that's he embarrassed himself tonight. Not only the way he lost, it's just the way he acted after, man. Completely embarrassed yourself.
Mahalo for your donations to kidney cards.
Y'all ignore the corny Hawaii commercials in the background.
Save a life. Call Kidney Cards today for more information.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, people like Geico because it's just easy. Bundling, for example. You've got car insurance here and home insurance here. Why not? Put them together.
Prediction for Plant. True. I got Plant unanimous decision. Plant unanimous decision, and it could go as far as being a TKO. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna flat out knock him out, but I can see a stoppage. Easy win, basically. You might see something very similar to what Canelo did to Cullum Smith. I think you'll see something very similar to that tonight. Nico's announcing tomorrow at noon, so we expect that to be a FSU all the way, Tyler. Absolutely. Oh, he's still in the ring. Let's listen to this.
I don't want to see any bad blood in the ring here today. You understand me? That's all the look. This is boxing. It's not a street fight. Now head back to the or I'll take points right away.
Hey, he warned him. Ref warned him before the fight. Ooh, that right hand was nasty. Right on the chin. Jesus. Look at this. That's just dirty, bro. It's just dirty. That was just dirty for no reason. Only to come back. And look, you were done. Because that wasn't even a flush shot. And you could barely get up. I think that was a good stop. I think that was a good stop. Looking to see if Plant added anything new to his game, but I'm with you. Easy dub tonight. Plant shouldn't really have to show anything new tonight. I mean, this is one of those fights where if Plant wants to make a statement, then yeah, I'm with you. Go in there, see he added anything new to the repertoire. Maybe you get him out of there in the first 5 rounds. And I think that makes a statement. At the same token, again, he can just coast tonight, in my opinion. Easy dub, unanimous decision if he wants to. That's how I look at it. Pope, what do you think about Ryan Garcia deal with Gatorade? Ryan Garcia is a money maker. He's gonna be a money maker because he's young. He's got the look. I think he has like 8 million social media followers. So Garcia's he's a social media superstar, but he's not a boxing superstar yet. He's got a way to go to get on that boxing superstar level, but he's gonna be money. So that stuff doesn't surprise me. He's gonna be money until he gets knocked out. And if you look at the way they're maneuvering him, they're not gonna put him in any danger just yet. Not until they have to. Are you gonna show the fight or talk dumb shit all night? You see these clowns that come in here, bro? Pacquiao and Garcia ain't happening. Well, Pacquiao just got stripped of his welterweight title. And they gave it to Ugas, which I'm hearing Errol Spence and Ugas are now gonna fight for that. It's the WBA welterweight, super WBA super welterweight. Pacquiao just was stripped of that, so that Pacquiao Garcia fight may indeed happen. Pacquiao has he has nothing to do at the welterweight division anymore. He can go down and weight now. Again, that's the type of fight that I see Garcia. Garcia's trying to make money fights. He's trying to chase the money before he really puts his neck out there on the line. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. I think Earl's gonna get this third belt. I think Spence is gonna get him too. Now Ugas fought Sean Porter tooth and nail. Some people even think Ugas beat Sean Porter. If I'm Terrence Crawford, fight Ugas. Try to make the Ugas fight. If you want any kind of leverage in these Earl Spence negotiations, make the Ugas fight, man. Again, I like Bud, and I think Bud's a damn good fighter, but when is he going to step up in the welterweight competition? When is Bud going to fight a real welterweight? Ugas could be the perfect fight for him to kind of, okay, y'all saying I ain't fought nobody. Let me show you something. That would be a good fight for Bud. Manny didn't want that fight with Spence. We knew this was going to happen. No, I agree. Manny didn't want the fight with Spence. Pacquiao didn't want to fight any of the young dogs at welterweight. I'm surprised he fought Thurman when he did, but it made sense to fight Thurman when he did. Thurman was coming off, a 2-year injury, and Thurman had lost the fire in his eye anyway. So I knew I won $200 off of that Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman fight because I knew Pacquiao was going to get him because Keith ain't got the dog in him no more. Keith Thurman ain't got the dog no more. Manny, check ESPN website on Garcia and Pacquiao. As of 4 hours ago, Golden Boy playing games. That if the bag talks, man, that fight, I think that fight might happen. That's all about a money grab. Again, because Pacquiao got stripped. Darmani Rock, he looks fat and out of shape. And Michael Coffey. Coffey looks like legit heavyweight. That other guy looks fat and out of shape. Well, he might be able to throw them things. We'll see here coming up. Check on the way Bud is acting. His window is going to close. I agree, man. The way Bud's acting, he acts like he doesn't want to fight any of these other. Bud is acting like he has Earl Spence's resume. And I don't understand that. Earl Spence has fought in. I'm not even going to count Mikey Garcia because Mikey Garcia wasn't a true welterweight. But we're talking about Earl's fought Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. I mean, who am I missing? Bud hasn't even fought. Who's Bud's best welterweight win? Joe Horn, maybe? Kell Brook was broken by the time they fought. Amir Khan isn't a true welterweight, so I can't count that. Golden Boy about to patch it up with Al Heyman. Maiden date agreed. Y'all think so?
You guys.
Gamboa in his prime is Bud's best fight, or other than that. And yeah, but that was at 140. Correct me if I'm wrong, OG. Gamboa was at 140. That wasn't at 147. Bud has fought no good fights at 147. Bud's best fight was at 140. Like you said, Gamboa. Gamboa in his prime, I agree, is Bud's best fight. And that was at 140. Since Bud's moved up to 147, He really has fought nobody. He's fought Amir Khan. Again, you can blow. If I hit myself on the chin, Amir Khan will fall right now. Bam! Somewhere Amir Khan just fell. He fought Joe Horn's probably his best welterweight win, and they gifted him a win against Manny Pacquiao because they knew Pacquiao was leaving Top Rank. So to keep the belt in Top Rank, they robbed Pacquiao and gave it to Joe Horn. That's the truth of that matter. Joe Horn was his best win, and he ain't fought nobody at resume. But you're right. When we talk resume and just who he has on his resume, absolutely right in Gamboa. But he has not fought a real 147-pounder yet, except for Kell Brook. And again, Kell Brook was damaged goods by the time that fight happened. Triple G and Earl Spence damaged Kell Brook probably beyond repair. I didn't realize how far Kell Brook had fell off. So it is what it is. Those were glass Joe. Yeah, bro, we already know what's going on. Everybody knows Amir Khan got that glass jaw, man. Everybody knows that. What's going on, Bobby? Main day to speak the truth. Bob Aaron set up Pac to take that because Pac was leaving. Pac was leaving Top Rank. There was no way they were going to let that belt leave Top Rank, so they robbed him and gave it to Joe Horn. That's just a matter of fact, and that's why you won't see Terrence take any of these tough PBC fights. And that's why he's taking a bunch of cakewalk European fighters and Amir Khan and Kell Brook and the like. I'm just telling you the truth, or at least the truth how I see it. Where's the tough American welterweight? There's a plenty of tough American welterweights for Bud to go out there and fight, and he's not fighting any of them. He should try to fight Ugas. Ugas should be Bud's next fight. He's not gonna do it. I guarantee you, that's not gonna happen. He's not gonna fight Ugas. Earl and Ugas are in the same camp. They're both PBC fighters, so that fight's most likely gonna happen. Earl is gonna have 3 belts. He's gonna have wins over Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and Ugas. I don't think you can have a better welterweight resume than that. I don't think you get a better welterweight resume than what Earl Spence is putting out there. And again, who has Bud fought at welterweight? I'm not knocking Bud's 140 resume. He was undisputed at 140. Bud is Hall of Fame probably just off of 140 alone. I'm not going to dispute that. But we're talking big boy, or, we're talking bigger boy boxing right now. We're talking 147. We're talking some money fights. And it seems like Bud, for whatever reason, don't want to make any of these fights. I agree with you, Maiden Dade. I was a huge Bud Crawford fan. When he was coming up, especially through 140, Bud was like probably my favorite fighter, other than the Bronze Bomber. But the way he's acted since 147, I can't vibe with anything he's doing. Let's see what these heavyweights can do. We got some big boys in the ring right now. Somebody should get put to sleep tonight. Well, we already saw Buddy getting put to sleep in his first. Okay, we got a heavyweight out of Philly, 17-0, 12 knockouts. Rick name Rock Solid. Darmani Rock. Okay, good to see some young American heavyweights. Tim Tszyu will be collecting all the belts. What's going on, my YouTube? Out of Philly. Right, I saw out of Philly too, made it. So I was like, okay, he out of Philly. And then we got another one out of Brooklyn. So I like both of these guys. Them New York fighters and Philly fighters. Good rivalry right there. He's did a 8-year vet. Interesting. He was former Marine, 11-0, 8 KOs out of Brooklyn. All right, we got some young. Well, if he did 8 years in the Marines, this guy here probably isn't too young. Probably in his 30s. But at least we got some heavyweight prospects. Heavyweight's the one division where you can start late and still be successful. Rock looks a little out of shape to me, though. He has a solid record, and he's out of Philly. But he looks out of shape. He looks like he didn't train, man. His body should look tighter than that. That's just my opinion. We'll see. We'll see what happens when this fight starts. Who AB fighting next? I haven't heard anything about the AB fight, but I'll definitely anytime Broner get in the ring, I'll definitely check him out. Who's Broner fighting next? Tyler says check the Discord. Check the Discord.
We'll see what he's got though. Yeah, and Michael Coffey's been stepping up again against Joey Abel last time out. That was in his last fight, and he was kind of learning on the job against Abel, and saying that they would needed to face someone who had more professional fights. Again, starting boxing.
Hold on, Tyler. I'm about to check the Discord here in a minute.
Only 5 years into his professional career.
In heavyweight, you gotta be careful. You never know when you'll miss a punch, and then next thing you know, somebody's face down on the canvas.
Also trying with the hook as well. It goes back to the orthodox stance. Coffey prides himself.
Buddy looks really, but Buddy looks like he's in real bad shape. He looks like he did not train at all for this fight.
Even though he started so late.
Looks like I can see where he's thinking, and he's trying to work on things and set things up, opposed to just punching.
If I'm Coffey, I just try to gas this guy out if I can.
Both men taking it
Because nobody's really throwing any punches right now.
naturally big man. He is right on his feet. He's very coordinated. He's able to get out of the way of those jabs and the hook from Rock. He is a veteran heavyweight camps from Deontay Wilder. 4 different camps with the former heavyweight champion of the world. So he has been in there with the best. And he has learned to control his weight. Obviously, 8 years in the Marines, Sean, he has learned discipline. And he said the main thing that it's helped him with is to compartmentalize and worry about just what's in front of you. And that seems to be very valuable in the ring.
Very valuable for a fighter.
What am I looking for in the Discord? Tennessee reportedly. No. What am I looking for in the Discord, Tyler?
Well, there's a lot in front of you as he backs up Rock.
Y'all didn't get this from me. Who's that, Milton? I look like Milton out there slinging the rock.
Both these guys are, it's a little bit of a filling out round, first round, but Darmani's got to use his jab more. And he's got
Who's that out there, Tyler? That Milton out there?
And see what Coffey wants to do.
Sean, I think that's a good point because Rock is the experienced guy. If he
Fighting right now, you got 2 heavyweight prospects, Coffey and Rock. My first time seeing either one of them no sleep. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Enough to really, get down the way he used to it.
Final
Yep.
seconds, round number 1 scheduled for 10.
Just dropped in to say hello, Boxing Head, since I don't know much about it anymore ever since Roy Jones retired. That's Milton. Yeah, okay. Who we throwing to? I keep watching the video back and forth to see what I can make out of it. Who was he throwing to? Is that one of the? That gotta be one of the tight ends. Cause we ain't got no white receivers. See, we ain't got no white receivers. It's gotta be one of the tight ends. Maybe Jackson West or Preston Daniels. Good ball. Yeah, no, I don't see a brace on his knee. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. That's pajamas. I'm not gonna put no pajamas on right now. AB's versus Santiago is his next fight. I'm gonna watch it regardless. All right, here we go. Round 2 of Coffey and Rock.
Fighting for the 168-pound world championship. Here, heavyweights in the ring. Michael Coffey and Darmani Rock. Coffey in the black and silver. Rock in the black trunks.
10-round fight.
And Sean Porter here. And Sean, I thought you made an excellent point in that Rock, again, he's 17-0. He's got the amateur background. You would figure a man in his position could at least set the pace and the tone that, wait a second, you can't box at my level, but he did not do that in round one.
Yeah, I mean,
No, because he's out of shape.
say that we as fight fans,
Got to come in better shape than that.
Retrain our mind because
If I'm Kofi, man, I'm trying to hit that body just to see how he react to it. That's just me. I want to hit that stomach and see how he react to it. Because that thing hanging over his damn belt.
Use a jab to the body, change your levels and see what Coffey wants to do, and that'll give you something to work with.
Two hard shots there from Rock, able to answer and hit Coffey to the body. It's just that Coffey is very late to the game. And
AB equals always bullshit. AB, yeah, always not throwing his hands. That's AB's problem. It's been his problem for a long time. AB got all the skills in the world, but he don't throw enough punches to win fights. So you're right, always bullshitting.
But if you allow him to get comfortable, I'm just thinking
Dillingham with the back signal. Panama Jack, that's what's up. Yeah, Nico's going to commit tomorrow. I agree.
Come up with some new concepts.
If anything, you could say that's where he's from. He's from a strategical background, and that's where.
There you go. Work the body. Work the body, Kofi. Or Coffee. I guess how you pronounce it. Coffee.
What's going on and figure out what he wants to do and get comfortable. The harder of the night it becomes. Now the money's doing the right thing by laying on him and getting up close. Now allowing him to use his offense, and then now you're still giving. Yeah, I think he's taking the knee.
Uppercuts there.
That body. Was it to the body?
So to your point,
Already got one knockdown for Coffee.
he actually did take a knee. Jack Reese did not call that a knockdown.
He did not call.
Oh, he didn't call that a knockdown.
Actually, I thought he did land the uppercut.
That's what I thought. I thought he landed a body shot and he took a knee.
But body shots as well from Coffey.
Yeah, work the body. That body is not tight. Work the body.
So watch this on the left, and you'll see. Was it a low shot? That was right.
It's right on the belt line.
At least on the belt line.
Took some glitter off of that rock.
Yeah, he did. Some glitter went flying. Ever since he wanted to be Floyd, little brother, his skills went to the trash can. Yep. Start because he's tried to fight like Floyd, and then get this sloppy dude out of here. I agree, man. That should have been ruled a knockdown. What are some other big fights coming up? But a lot of those young guys, they looked up to Floyd. I mean, Gervonta Davis was looking up to Floyd and doing a bunch of dumb stuff. I think Gervonta's kind of got changed. I mean, in recent times, he hasn't done the dumb stuff that he was doing in the past. I think Gervonta may have changed his life around a little bit. But there was a time where Gervonta was reckless out in those streets. Was really reckless out there. Again, trying to be like Floyd. HBO, AB, Showtime, AB. I ain't gonna lie. Caleb Plant wife is bad too. Y'all see his wife? Okay, that was a good shot by Brock. Okay, Coffey came in, not Coffey, but Rock came in here trying to fight this round. Oh, did y'all see that? Woo! Nice chin check. Reese let him get. Reese always letting people get up, man. Did the same thing with Fury. Reese let him get up, but he's done. Coffey can finish that. Finish that, Coffey. That was a hell of a punch. Hell of a punch. He's done. He's done. And that punch didn't even hit cleanly. And you can tell he's done. He's done. Reese, stop the fight. He's done. Thank you. He's done. That was a hell of a punch. That was a hell of a punch. That was a hell of a punch. That damn Reese is always letting people get up, man. That was a nasty punch. That boy spit went flying. OG laughing. Stumble rumble. What a hook. Good night. Yes, sir. Oh man, Tyler dropping all the all the news. I follow Dillingham on Twitter. Let's see what he tweeted out. Tomorrow. Oh yeah. That's what he just tweeted. Yeah. You're only one day away. Dillingham can't keep a secret for shit, Tyler. Look at this. Ooh. Y'all remember Fight Night? That's how that knockout looked. Remember when you used to hit a person in Fight Night and the spit and everything would go everywhere? That was that picture perfect punch, though, man. And that was right on the temple. So, yeah, he was done. Good stuff from Coffey. But again, Buddy came in there out of shape. But that's that, Coffey did what he was supposed to do. Got him up out of there.
The new Samsung Galaxy S21 is on Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband, available in parts of many cities. It's ridiculously fast. Switching at Samsung Galaxy.
So y'all know what that means. We got the main event. We got the main event right now. So this is flying by. I didn't expect this to go this fast. We might not be up here all night. Still play Fight Night. So you know what I'm talking about. You know how you hit a person in Fight Night and they do the slow-mo and that's what just happened right there, man. That was a damn good punch. Coffey got a decent jab on him. Got a decent jab, some decent body work on Coffey too. What up, Jay? Oliver, what's going on, bro? I don't have any more nuggets. Drop some gems on me today. Milton out there slanging the rock, no brace on. And Kenny Dillingham can't keep a secret. Everybody already knows, man. Let Nico have his moment, Kenny. Dang, we know what's coming up. But I know he's probably excited to get that kid, so.
Stay safe and stay informed with push alerts from the GHLNT mobile app.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button. We got the main event coming up here next. 2 fights, 2 knockouts. So it's been a pretty. The fights haven't gone long tonight, but they've been pretty entertaining, in my opinion. Joey Spencer did his thing in the first round, and Coffey just hit one of the better shots I've seen in a long time. With that, what was that? A right hook he hit him with. I mean, if there was a crowd, the whole front row would have had spit all over their face. OG says Joseph Diaz, February 13th, Adrian Broner, February 20th. And I think Canelo fights February 27th, too. I mean, he fights a nobody. So, but he still fights in February as well. And I think Wilder's supposed to have a fight here. The rumor is Charles Martin. And I think Wilder's supposed to have a fight coming up here in February or March really soon, too. The rumor's been Charles Martin, but we'll see. And this summer, we could have an undisputed heavyweight champion. Apparently, AJ and the Fury is very close. So y'all know I'll be pumped for that one.
Take a look at these mugshots. See if you recognize any patients. No.
That's him. Yeah, I recognize our work anyway.
If he's got a perfect smile, he's gonna stand trial.
King's Dental. Dental works so good, it's criminal.
Find a new laxative that's both gentle and fast.
New great tasting Dog-O-Lac soft juice works naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. New Dog-O-Lac soft juice.
This is the current Irish whiskey.
All right, what else we got? I'm just waiting on the main event now. What else y'all got? What else y'all talking about? Huh? I haven't bothered her. When you said that, I let her. All right, here we go. Again, I think this should be easy work for Caleb. Again, if he gets the stoppage within 5 rounds, I think he makes a statement. The only knock I got on Plant is has really been Caleb's level of competition up until this point. To be honest, that'd probably be the only knock he got on Plant. Because I think if you just from the eye test, man, the dude has all the skills in the world. They still ain't announced a winner. We know who won this fight. One dude was picking his chin up off the mat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 59 seconds.
The other dude could be a solid fighter if he would train. You can't come in there looking like that. You got to train. I get it. Everybody's not a bodybuilder, but you can tell when like Fury's a big dude. He's a fat dude too, but you can look at Fury and be like, okay, this dude trains. This dude's body is fit. That other dude didn't even look fit. Dillian White and Povetkin. I don't even care about that fight, but yeah, Dillian White and Povetkin. What is Povetkin? 44, 40? Seriously, I think Povetkin's like 41, 42 years old now. I know he knocked Dillian. First of all, Dillian White is one of the most overrated heavyweights in the division. That dude is trash. That dude is trash. And I've never seen who gets a rematch for a non-title fight. I guess Dillian White does. I expect Dillian White to win the rematch because he's younger. Povetkin's going on 42, 43 years old. So Povetkin, I mean, to be fair, Povetkin was losing the first fight. And then he caught him with a beautiful uppercut and Dillian White put his ass to sleep. I expect Dillian White to avoid the uppercut at all costs this next fight. He should win the fight, but Dillian White, he's so trash to me. Like, he is so trash to me. How do you think Broner will look in his upcoming fight? If Broner throws his hands, he should be okay. As long as Broner throws his hands. Broner's problem is that he don't throw his hands, man. He don't throw his hands enough in half of these fights. That's his problem.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. We're so embarrassed. We overpaid for this used car. We don't even want to show our faces around here.
Yep. Went to the wrong used car site.
Let me see. The last time, I think the last time the Charlos fought was in November, December. Hopefully they have a fight coming up here soon. I don't see any middleweights lining up to fight them. Honestly, I think Wilder versus Ruiz would be a perfect comeback fight. Would be insane if they could make a statement against. If he could make a statement against it, I think Wilder and Ruiz would be a pay-per-view level fight. Ruiz being a Mexican, you know, he's going to draw the crowd. Those Mexicans ride with their guys. I mean, Wilder's shown that he can do very solid pay-per-view numbers himself. I think that would be a big fight, Ethan. I think they're, and I could be wrong. What I heard was I think they're lining up Ruiz to fight Ortiz. I think the plan is for Ruiz to possibly fight Ortiz. I think the Wilder's comeback fight is going to be against Charles Martin. And Charles Martin's on a 3-fight win streak. So I think that's the fight that Wilder's going to go with. OG says, "Hey, Pope, who is your realistic fight you want to see? Just one? If I had to pick one, that's tough. Because I got two. Not going to lie to you. I got two. If I had to pick one, that's tough for me. Okay, I'll give you my two, and because out of these two, it's hard for me to pick. I got to see Spence and Bud, and I want to still see Wilder and AJ. I don't care what anybody says. I still think Wilder and AJ is the biggest fight in the heavyweight division. And no disrespect to Fury, but there's something about two guys that look like Wilder and AJ, I guess you could say. Just two. I just want to see that fight. There's so much bad blood between Wilder and AJ that I want to see that. And of course, Earl Spence and Bud. Those are probably the two fights that I gotta see. The way Bud's acting, that fight may never happen. Who knows?
Well, the first round,
Who knows?
I mean, he has quick hands. We knew that from the beginning.
If I had to pick out of those two,
And that was what I was trying to do, is just gauge like his timing, get that distance.
I don't know, man. I gotta go. I kind of gotta go with the heavyweight fight, man. If I had to pick out of those two, I kind of there's just something different about heavyweights, man. Especially if we can get a full arena for that fight. Oh man, the electricity in Wilder versus AJ would be insane. It would be insane.
You turned professional at 30.
Because I know somebody's gonna. I know Wilder and AJ. I know someone's leaving that fight ass up, face down. Like I just know that's happening. Someone's getting knocked out. Bud and Earl probably not going to end in a knockout. Either way, that's going to be a unanimous. That's going to be a decision. Canelo and Charlo. Canelo and Charlo is another good one. Thing about that is I don't think Canelo's going to move. I don't think Canelo's ever going to fight down at middleweight again.
Smart quote, smart man. There you go.
Thank you out here for having me. Hopefully I can come back in here real soon.
I am sure you will have no call.
I would probably take Canelo and the guy that's about to fight next, because I think Caleb Plant has a package that Canelo. If you look at the fights that Canelo have struggled in, just off the top, the three fights that I can remember Canelo really having problems with. Of course, the Floyd Mayweather fight, a guy who can hit and not be hit, right? Ellis Landry Lara, which I think won that fight against Canelo at 154. Again, another slick boxer. And then Amir Khan, which I get it. He knocked Amir Khan flat out in that fight. Chin checked them, fight over. But up until the knockout, go watch the fight. Amir Khan was outpointing Canelo that entire fight. He was really outboxing him. Those are the fighters that Canelo really struggles with. I think Caleb Plant could do some work with Canelo. Jacob, Triple G, and Lara. I didn't think he struggled with Jacobs, to be honest with you. I didn't think Jacobs did enough offensively to really make that fight a competitive fight. Triple G, yeah, the first fight was damn sure, definitely close. I thought the second fight, I'm not even interested in seeing another Triple G fight, in my opinion. I don't think Canelo needs to fight that dude again. Triple G is an afterthought. He's an afterthought at this point, in my opinion. I think what Canelo did in that second fight, where he stood in the middle of the ring and Triple G made this kind of I don't want to say legacy, but this propaganda on he fights Mexican style and he just always comes forward. And Canelo beat him at his own game in that second fight. For me, that said everything I needed to see there. But I think Lara beat him. And this ain't no Triple G hate, because I think not Triple G. This ain't no Canelo hate, because I think he's the pound for pound king. Even though I think he lost to Lara, I mean, when I look at Canelo, he has some of the best skills in all of boxing, and his resume can't really be questioned. He's fought Floyd. Again, he's fought Lara. He's fought Triple G twice. He's fought Danny Jacobs. He's fought Sergey Kovalev. Does anybody have a resume like that? I do too, OG. I think Lara won that fight. But I don't think anybody has the resume of Canelo Alvarez, if we're being honest.
Complete reviews and challenging exams. In Math Vantage classes, you learn with straight to the point materials in an interactive and high.
Hell, Canelo's fought Trout,
Now, math lovers can take as many courses as they like.
Kirkland before he became a shell of himself.
$99. Math Vantage, the affordable way to
Again, Amir Khan.
experience the feature.
I mean, who hasn't Canelo fought? There's a couple guys left on the resume, or left out there that he needs to. Obviously, the Charlos. Like I know. So everybody, I know there's a big talk about Earl Spence moving up in weight, and getting the Canelo fight, and that'd be a huge fight. Quite frankly, I'd rather see Canelo fight Charlo before I see him fight Spence.
Research shows people remember commercials with nostalgia. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's one that'll really.
We're just waiting on the main event here.
Yeah, Ryan. Customize home insurance from Liberty Mutual.
What does it do, bud?
It customizes our home insurance so we only pay for what we need.
Yeah, Canelo versus Spence would do 2 million pay-per-view. Yeah, like you said, it'd be box office. It'd be box office. Yeah, that's probably the only person Canelo hasn't fought in this Pacquiao. That's probably the only person. He's fought Miguel Cotto. Canelo's fought everybody, if we're being honest. If we're being honest, he's fought everybody that I can think of that matters in the, because Canelo was a 154 pounder, 160 pounder, 168, and 175. He's fought at all of those weight classes. I think he's fought everybody worth mentioning for the most part in those weight classes. Again, the middleweight, you still got the Charlo. He's never going to probably fight at 154 again, so I don't expect any of that to ever happen. Callum Smith, who I was never really high on personally, but I mean, hey, he beat a guy who was a unified title holder. And again, he said, and he fought them in his prime. Most of those guys, I think Miguel Cotto was a little bit past his prime, but Miguel Cotto was still a champion at 154 when they fought. I think Miguel Cotto had came off of a knockout. I can't remember of who, but Miguel Cotto had just coming off a knockout in his previous fight, meaning he got the knockout before he fought Canelo. Yeah, I would say the only person that wasn't in their prime when Canelo fought him was Cotto. Everybody else, it's not like he's picking a bunch. Maybe Kovalev. Kovalev hasn't been the same since the Andre Ward fight. So maybe the Kovalev fight. Maybe that fight. But other than that, I mean, what about Canelo versus Benavidez? That would be a good one. I just don't see that's happening because Canelo's chasing. He's chasing belts and he's chasing. Well, I mean, he's fighting Billy Joe Saunders. That's not a belt fight. So Benavidez, I would love to see that fight too. I would love to see that. I would love to see Canelo fight some of these big names. Canelo's very smart in what he's doing. He's fighting big names while kind of maybe, I'm not going to say avoiding might be a strong word, but he's fighting big names like a Kovalev while not really fighting some of the kind of similar to what Floyd Mayweather did. Again, Pretty Boy Floyd, he fought everybody on the way up. But once he became Money Team and it was Money Floyd and all of that, TMT, he would fight the big names, but they would kind of be past their prime. But they were big money fights. I think Canelo might be taking that kind of a route.
Caleb's golden Truax. He's been up against a lot recently. Injuries, heat exhaustion, the whole nine. But here's one thing that you can't beat when it comes to Caleb Truax, and that's his determination. His determination gets him in the ring, gets him up those steps. And then when he gets in the ring, he's the kind of fighter that he's not going to bow out to one punch or even three punch. You knock him down, he's going to get up. You knock him down, he's going to keep getting up. And he's going to come back at you. And that's the thing that Caleb Plant should be expecting in this fight is that Caleb Truax is going to offer tons of resistance in this fight, and how you react to someone who's going to be resistant to everything.
Getting ready for the main event.
And Truax, look, he's fought Jermaine Taylor, Daniel Jacobs, Anthony Durrell. He's lost those fights, but again, there was one night, and this is why we're here now. You can go back to 2017. There was one night where he was able to put it all together. December 9th, 2017, James DeGale is the IBF.
Never trust them London fighters. Them Brits, I don't care what nobody tells you. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. They'll always let you down. As you can see right here, who is underrated boxer? An underrated guy that I like. Oh. What makes a guy underrated? because there's a lot of young prospects. I don't know if they're underrated. Mm.
What he did, and that's why Caleb Truax gets a
An
shot.
underrated fighter that I like. Now I got to think about who. I'd have to look up some names off the top of my head. I can't think of like an underrated guy that I like.
To get that IBF title back, and if they're able to do that, if they're able to train the way that they train to get that fight, to have that fight with James to go and come out and perform like
I almost dropped that on my foot.
looking at an upset. Of course,
There's some prospects that I'm interested in. There's a couple prospects that I like. First, at the heavyweight division, the kid, I think he's with Top Rank. Big Baby, and not the Big Baby that tested for all those steroids. Not Gerald Big Baby Miller. The other Big Baby. I'm trying to remember his damn name. But I like him as a nice up and coming prospect at the heavyweight division. American. Trying to think of some other guys that I can remember.
Yeah, well, look, Caleb Truax is banking on that Caleb Plant is thinking he's a superstar. He's got big fights.
I mean, we saw one tonight in Joey Spencer. I like him.
All the talk about him getting a super fight with Canelo or whoever else, it's motivation to me. You know,
I got to find some names. Joseph, I can't even lie to you. There's so many names that I can't even think of a name off the top of my head right now. Then I'll hear it and be like, oh, yeah, that guy. I like that guy. So, and of course, you got guys like Shakur Stevens and Devin Haney. Where Shakur Stevens is more of a prospect. Devin Haney's an actual WBC champion. But a lot of these guys are young, upcoming guys.
He knows exactly what he needs to do in order to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Right now, Caleb Truax is next. He ain't looking past Caleb Truax.
All right, again, Caleb Plant, Caleb Truax, first battle ever in boxing history. Caleb versus Caleb. Let's go to Heidi Intro right now. Caleb, your thoughts here? Again, you've been talking to both camps. Caleb Plant, it is interesting that
I hate when they just prolong the fight because the other fights went quicker. Like, let's just get to the fight and stop playing.
Most definitely, Brian. I thought you almost called me Caleb.
Can we just get to the fights and stop playing?
I actually had a chance, and it's interesting you guys talking about Caleb Plant overlooking Caleb Truax, and we saw that footage there. I spoke to Justin Gamber, Caleb Plant's trainer, about that specifically, and he told me, as a trainer, I have not lost since 2012. That loss is when I had a fighter who was 16-1 fighting an opponent who was 4-6. They approached that fight looking past.
I'm gonna give you some names here in a minute, Joseph.
In the second round, he vowed as a trainer to never let that happen to one of his fighters again. So they approach every fighter like he is going to be a battle, and that is what they are expecting from Caleb Truax. Now, Caleb Truax's corner told me his name's Thomas Halstead. He's been in his corner for 17 years now. Was there when he put that belt around his waist, and he said, we've trained smarter, not harder.
Ah, that makes sense why Deontay Wilder would fight. I'm looking at the rankings. And one of the reasons, or not, Deontay Wilder is not even ranked in the IBF heavyweight rankings. Take from that what you want. Whether you like Wilder or not, it's an absolute joke that he's not even ranked. Guess who's the number one ranked IBF contender? Charles Martin. Makes all the sense in the world why Wilder would have. Makes all the sense in the world why Wilder would want to fight Charles Martin at his comeback fight. He shoots straight to the top of the IBF rankings. It potentially becomes the IBF mandatory if he beats Charles Martin. So a Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua wouldn't have to they couldn't duck him. They couldn't duck him if he became the mandatory. That makes sense then. To me, that makes sense why he's going after Charles Martin. Because other than that, there's no one else really worth fighting. Because Ruiz isn't, I know somebody said Andy Ruiz, but Andy Ruiz isn't ranked number one in any of these rankings. So you got the WBO, Usyk's the number one contender for the WBO. Usyk's not going to fight Wilder. That's just not going to happen. Charles Martin is a number one for people who want to call Charles Martin a bum, which I don't think Charles Martin is anything to write home about, to be honest with you. But the man's 28, 2-1. And he's the number one contender in the IBF. Wilder's going to go after that. Martin's a PBC fighter. That's an easy fight to make.
That is a fight that Caleb Plant is very much in and could win and beating Canelo Alvarez.
That's all cap. Sup, Pope. Truax is old. That's what I'm saying. Caleb Plant should have an easy fight tonight. Truax has been around for a while. We're going to skip the cruiserweights because nobody cares about the cruiserweights.
Most definitely. You know, it's interesting. I was actually speaking to Justin about this yesterday. You know, Caleb has really grown up. He's matured. He's got Jordan by his side. Jordan Plant, who's one of our colleagues here, his wife. She's really, you know, been a big help to him. He's got his team dialed in. He's one of those guys who has the picture above his bed at night when he goes to sleep. There is no one more mentally strong than Caleb Plant, in my opinion.
So Billy Joe, this makes some more sense. Why is Canelo fighting Billy Joe Saunders? Well, Billy Joe Saunders is indeed the WBO super middleweight champion. So that makes all the sense in the world now. Again, I told you, Canelo's chasing belts. He's chasing titles, and he's trying to create and chase a legacy. Canelo, that's why he's going to fight Billy Joe. He gets Billy Joe, and he beats Billy Joe. He has 3 belts to 1. That'll set up the super fight with Caleb Plant. Billy Joe's the easier fight than Caleb Plant, in my opinion. So that makes all the sense in the world why Canelo will go fight Billy Joe Saunders.
Hey, Beth, how we feeling? Good. Yep. Moving.
And then the middleweight division has 4 different champions. It's time to start unifying that middleweight division. You got a Japanese middleweight champion, Welterweight. I'm probably pronouncing that all wrong. He's the WBO. Of course, WBC is the franchise champion in Saul. But Jermel is the WBC champion, in my opinion. Gennady Triple G Golovkin, IBF. They need to unify that middleweight division, man. That's just me. And of course, 154. We know who the king of 154 is. There's only one belt that he doesn't own. And Jermel needs to go get that from Patrick Teixeira. Can't believe it. Ryan Garcia versus Manny. That makes sense to me. Again, I think Ryan Garcia is chasing the money. That's a money fight. It'll have a lot of eyes on it and do a lot of numbers. So that makes sense to me. Then of course you got the welterweight division. Bud is the WBO. Earl at the IBF and WBC, and Ugas is a WBA.
Is a new build-your-own pizza bowl with no crust and up to 4 toppings for $7.99. Oh yeah, that looks good. Marco's pizza lovers get it.
What's my safe flight story? My truck is my livelihood. So when my windshield crashed,
Taya Bimo. Just going down the rankings. They are prolonging the start of this fight.
This NASCAR season might just be the greatest season of all time. Like ever. Right out of the gate, we got blockbuster trilogy of Denny defending Daytona. We got Joey, Kevin, and the people around Jason.
Tyler says, what am I sipping on? I haven't even started sipping on anything, man. I haven't started sipping on anything. Believe it or not. Just been sitting here chilling. I got my Jack Daniels here. I was going to start sipping on some of that. OG says, what about Lawrence Oakley? I'm just not big on the Brits, man. I'm not big on British fighters. They always disappoint you in the end. But I think he fights cruiserweight, right? But he's probably got the build to be a heavyweight. I think he's like 6'5" at cruiserweight. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what he does. He says I watch all of them. I watch him too, bro. It's just just the Brits. The Brits, I'm just like Daniel Dubois was supposed to be the next. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Daniel Dubois was supposed to be the next super Brit fighter, and Joe Joyce put an end to that. The only Brit I'd put money on is that damn Tyson Fury. Because ain't no other heavyweight 6'9", 280 and can move like him. That's the only one I'd put money on. All the other ones, they're suspect. They're suspect, bro. Have you tried Boom Boo? No, Joseph, I ain't tried that. What is that? Is that like a rum, a cognac, a whiskey? What is that? Juan says Ruiz versus Wilder. I would love it. That'd be a big fight. I think I know the method behind Wilder's madness, though. I think I just figured it out. Why Wilder was going to fight Charles Martin. Charles Martin is the number one contender, or AKA the mandatory, for that IBF title. Wilder beats Charles Martin. He becomes the mandatory for the IBF. Who holds the IBF? AJ. After Fury, after AJ. Yeah, that undisputed champion won't be able to duck Deontay Wilder. I'm not saying anybody's ducking him. I'm just saying, though. So I would love to see Ruiz versus Wilder. I think Wilder has some different plans. I think Wilder might be playing a little bit of chess and not checkers. I know a lot of people are questioning why is he fighting Charles Martin, but it makes sense when you look at the rankings.
Understand the exact steps needed to accomplish it. And then you have the discipline.
I think we've had like 30 minutes of just promo work. Can we get to the fight, folks? God, dog. Get these two guys in the ring and let's get to the fight. It's a Jamaican rum. I got a Jamaican guy. He just brought me some Hennessy Pure White from there. I'll ask him about that. I just got me my hands on some more Hennessy Pure White about 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna ask him about if he's heard of. I'm pretty sure he knows about it. See if he can get his hands on some for me, so I can give it a shot.
I've been underdog my whole life at everything I've ever done. I embrace that role.
He's sharp. He fights at a range. He's got that finish in him.
Coming from Minnesota, I had to prove to everyone that I was a legit fighter. If you think that it's going to be easy against me, you got nothing coming.
Here in Los Angeles, I remember he faced off in a title eliminator against Kid Chocolate Peter Quillen in 2019. He was not favored in that fight. Probably lost the first round, but he got cut in the second round. It became a no contest. They scheduled the rematch. Truax blew out his Achilles, so he never fought Kid Chocolate. And then he wins one fight.
What's my drink? Tonight I got the Jack Daniels, but most of the time, if you ask me what's my drink, usually like any of the Crowns. Mix a little bit of Hennessy and like some Sprite and be good to go. Plant will make this a short fight. Don't blink. I hope so. If he makes it a short fight, again, he's making a statement. I think he wins regardless, whether it's long or short. I could see a unanimous decision where he just completely beats this guy down for the entire 12 rounds. But if he's able to get him out of there early, hey, I won't be mad at it. Hit the like button, folks. We in here, small little crowd, but we in here chilling. It's not as chaotic and hectic like it usually is when I do my football stuff. So I kind of like these small streams, man. We all get in here and just chill. But I think Plant's got all the goods to be to me, Plant should be bigger than what he is. I mean, you're talking about an American white fighter with the skills of like a black fighter. I'm surprised he's not a bigger media like superstar. Like I'm surprised they don't really boost him up to be the guy. But I'm a big fan of Caleb Plant. I think Plant has all the goods to be the best super middleweight in the world. Good beer is my go-to. I've been on the rum and Dr. Pepper recently. I remember you talking about drinking all those different kinds of beers, Tyler. Maybe one day when this COVID stuff is over and I'm back in the States, we'll link up and go drink some beer or something. Because I'm always down for going to a pub or something. My thing when it comes to beer, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. Let's go. Plant making his ring walk. He's got. Is that his new logo? I've just seen that logo. The CP with the freaking neon colors. All right. All right.
Third time and he is a fighter that gets better and better with each bout. He's a thinking man's fighter, a serious man who has multi dimensions in the ring, can box, can punch, he's patient.
OG, where you at, man? Let's get ready to watch this fight. OG, maiden day, you went quiet. You left? What maiden day that? Jay Oliver, where you at? John Shields, where you at? All my fight fans. Let's go. We about to get into this main event. Juan, where you at? Who else we got? Of course, Tyler, but we know, Tyler, you ain't really a fight fan like that. You just in here showing support, so I love you anyway. I love you anyway. Ethan, where you at? Let's go. Main event. Let's get started.
This bout is sanctioned by the IBF, the president, Daryl Peoples, introducing on
He merely adopted the dark. Bang. Once I come back to Florida, bro, I'll be right by Tampa. I'll be right back in Tampa. All right, here we go. Everybody show. All right, Jay Oliver in the building, OG, John Shields, and Juan. All right, y'all in here. Let's go. IBF super middleweight title on the line. Caleb Plant, Caleb Truax. I'm gonna assume everybody's riding with Plant tonight. I don't think anybody really thinks Truax is gonna really do much, but you know it's boxing, man. One punch can change the entire fight. But the problem is, a Plant doesn't normally get hit, so I think everybody's gonna be rocking with Caleb Plant tonight. Absolutely, Tyler. I do smoke cigars. When I went downrange in Iraq, man, they had some good cigars out there. I couldn't even tell you the names of them. But I definitely smoke the cigars. All right, here we go. The Chronicles, Big Lurch. No. Sorry, buddy. Fox is showing the fight for free. Go check it out. Fox is showing the fight for free, bro.
No losses, 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making the third defense of his title, here is the undefeated, reigning and defending IBF super middleweight champion of the world, introducing Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant. And number 3 in charge now to give instructions, Jerry come to.
2 seconds. Yep, mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. Gentlemen, you were given your instructions.
All right, this is the same ref from the first fight.
World title. I expect a good, clean, hard fight, and you will obey my commands at all times. Catch it up. Good luck to both of you.
There's a big cigar place here and also a craft beer. Great place to kick back. Absolutely. If you got cable. Bro, if you don't got cable to Chronicles, I'm sorry, homie. I'm sorry. Again, it's on Fox for free. If I show it here, they're going to take my channel down. So we're not even going to play those games. I'm always by far the youngest guy there. I got Plant, but don't sleep on Truax. Oh, OG trying to be different. You think he's going to look, I know he's a veteran. He's a tough fighter. But if Plant is who I think he is, yeah, this fight should be maybe easy's a strong word, but if Plant's who I think he is, yeah, this is light work. This is light work.
Caleb Truax in the gold.
Now, I'm not a fan of Plant coming in here looking like a pack of highlighters. I'll say that. But that ain't got nothing to do with his skill. But Caleb Plant coming in here looking like a pack of highlighters. Neon yellows, blues. God, dog.
Dimensional fighter. Again, he can fight with speed. He takes pride in his hand speed, but he will also plant, so to speak, and throw hard shots. He says he can go off the front foot, the back foot, tries with the hook there, springs in. You can see how fast those hands are.
Yeah, that's what makes him special, man. His speed. His speed is different.
He's a thinking man in the ring, and that's a guy who can think.
Again, he's a guy who can hit you with 3 and get out of there before you can even decide to counter. That's what makes Plant special to me.
It's a cliche, Sean, but he's a student of the game. We were talking about that with Michael Coffey. That's a good hook from Plant, but he is a student of the game, and you can see the improvements.
Yeah,
Good body shot.
So he's a student of the game so much that he'll know everything about his opponent, where his opponent lives.
The fuck is he wearing? Exactly. Like I say, look like a pack of highlighters in there, but okay. Truax got on the garnet and gold, Tyler. You see him in there with the garnet and gold on. John Shields just said it. Yeah. Oh, that man say no way he can win. Chill out, John. But yeah, he wearing the garnet and gold tonight. Too bad he about to lose his fight. Priscilla, what's going on? Just watching the fight tonight, chilling.
Throws that hook into the body on Truax.
And Caleb Truax, if anything, being defensive, but also being patient. I think that's going to work to his advantage. If you rush against a guy like Caleb Plant, you're going to walk into something.
Strong combinations there from Plant, already landing 10 punches. Truax tries the hook to the body. And Truax is 37 years old. What was so impressive about his win over DeGale was his consistency. He's very athletic for a baseball player, football player. Turned boxer a little late, but very athletic and very game.
Got to be consistent. I like that word. If you're Caleb Truax tonight, be consistent. If you're defensive, be defensive. Be consistent with that. Don't get touched and give Caleb Plant more confidence than he already has.
Plant. This is what Plant does. He's just waiting for his opening, man.
Get that offensive attack off and be consistent with it.
And Truax, he knows it because he's not in a rush to throw any punches. He's not throwing too many punches himself, so there you go. First round, not a lot right there, but neither guy really did too much in the first round. But I think Plant won the first round just off of landing more punches. Fight score, punches landed equals 52-10. John, isn't it past your bedtime? Come on, man. What you sipping on tonight, John, if anything? Too fast for him, for sure. Once he finds the rhythm, I think Plant will be fine.
Here's a replay of this is a quick left hook from the outside, and that's one of Caleb's.
They follow it up. Follow that up with the uppercut.
Roy Jones is really quick and fast, and it's from the outside. Most guys don't see punches like that coming.
And when you throw a jab, normally before you throw a hook, and then you come up with that.
I got a 1-0 Plant. Good hook there. Overhand hook. Try the 3-punch combination.
Yeah, and that's what you're supposed to tell Caleb Plant. Even if you only, you didn't get as much.
Good snapping jab right there. Yeesh. Pop this head all the way back.
Keep using your hands and keep working those combinations. They're gonna work.
He just snapped Caleb Truax's head back with that jab.
Yeah, he did.
Classic wiki right jab snap and able to pick up the head. So all sorts of good work early on here from Caleb Plant, and we're only in round number 2.
I'm telling you, man, it's only a matter of time before.
Yeah, the moment when there's little lull in.
Once he catches his groove, Right now, he's just timing them,
You get close to him,
judging distance.
corner him against the ropes like that, boom, take advantage.
Truax has to
That's his thing.
throw more punches, but he's not going to throw punches because he knows once he throws, he leaves himself wide open. But Truax isn't moving his head. He's standing right in front of him. He's doing everything wrong right now.
How different is that for him, if at all? You know, it's funny because you got nothing but your.
How can I watch it in Canada, bro? I hate the BL boxing world, bro. I have no idea. I hate to tell you, I don't know how to get it in Canada. I gotta believe there's some kind of streaming service out there. If anybody can help BL boxing, let them know how you can stream the fight. I have no idea how you get it in Canada, bro.
All the energy comes from inside.
Right. It's funny. We've called so many fights, Sean, including yours back in August, where there's a big topic of conversation. We've gotten past that, but for the fighter, he hasn't. When they went to the corner, I thought, wow, it's quiet. Yeah, he must have felt that too.
You were here when I fought, right?
No, I was here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were here in the stadium, and you're big leaguing everybody now and doing it remotely. And somehow you still know what it feels like to be here, which is crazy. Back and forth.
Truax he's trying to, with this herky jerky, he's trying to cause some movement. The problem is if he's not really moving off, he's not moving off the spot. He's just doing a bunch of pointless movement.
30 seconds of round number 2, and Caleb Truax able to have just a little bit of more success here the second round, but a good repertoire being shown by Plant in this fight. Absolutely.
That uppercut was this close. Plant just got to throw his hands more. But I understand why you would pace yourself. The guy's not known as a knockout puncher. So, ooh, nice hook. Nice hook. It's only a matter of time, guys. It's only a matter of time. Jay Oliver just gave you a little, try that one, vitbox.se, Boxing World. Try that link.
This is awesome. Why is that?
I heard this new Denzel movie isn't that good.
The Little Things, rated R, now playing in theaters and streaming exclusively on HBO Max.
Me and the wife might watch that one tonight. I heard it wasn't that good, but we're gonna check that out. All right, let's go. Start of round 3. I got a 2-0 Plant. And I don't even really think Truax is done. He's not even landing enough punches to make any of these rounds really hard to judge. What you think, OG? I know you say Plant needs to calm down a little bit, but what do you think? I think Plant's in control.
I've never tried it. I'm not confident enough to try that one. I do like that punch, though.
You're more grounded, aren't you, Sean?
Yeah.
I ain't watching anything with Jared Leto in it. Why you don't like Jared Leto, man? I know he didn't do a great job. I know he didn't do a great job as the Joker. OG says, from what I'm saying, if Plant fights a boxer that brawls and bullies, Plant will have problems. That's an interesting way to look at it. Somebody that maybe puts the pressure on him. But I think Uzcategui tried to put the pressure on him, and he kind of had his way with Uzcategui. So I agree with you to this point. Truax isn't doing anything to throw Plant off his game. He's not throwing any punches. He's really looks like to me like he's just happy to be in the ring. When you're 37, a massive underdog, no one's picking you to win this fight, and you don't even come in here and try to go for broke. And Truax isn't throwing any real punches. He's playing pity pat in there. So to your point, maybe if a guy was to put the pressure on Plant, you could get him out of his comfort zone. With that said, great fighters adjust, and Plant is just comfortable in there. Like you can see it, he's just comfortable. Truax isn't giving him anything to think about, and he's hitting him for the most part at will. Truax has to do, Truax got to do something. He's got to throw a punch a meaningful punch. He hasn't hit Plant with anything meaningful yet this entire fight.
Never far away from you, always thinking and always menacing, even when he's not throwing.
Yep.
There you go. You got to work on the inside. The problem is, again, Plant is a master at not getting hit. You saw that. He didn't connect on any of those punches right, and he was trying to hit him.
Take something out of you when you can't hit a guy.
And look to the left of the screen here as we're watching live action on the right, but you'll see Plant
Good combination.
and really just snapping jab, doubling up, and then that was a quick right hand too. He changed the pace on that, didn't he, Sean?
Yep. He's got fast hands. What is he called? Sweet hands. I'm not crazy about the nickname, but it fits him because he really has great hands.
Someone like Porter.
There's no telling what's gonna happen.
And we joked about Jerry Cantu if you were watching earlier, and Jerry Cantu said, listen to my commands.
Well, Porter is nonstop. There's not a lot of fighters like Porter. OG. I mean, Porter gets in there. He doesn't stop throwing punches. That's what makes Porter so unique. He's just always throwing punches, and he throws them from such crazy angles. There's not a lot of fighters like a Sean Porter, and I don't think there's any fighter like a Sean Porter at the super middleweight division. But a guy like Canelo would push the pressure on Caleb Plant. Plant's feet and hands are so much. He's got the whole Jesus vibe, and he's a cult leader. Is he?
All right, see you guys game day. Don't forget the chips. Terry.
Look at that. You got the playmaker. You had prime time and one commercial.
Pick up like a pro. Just order on the Subway app. It is ready to go with contactless curbside. Turkey sub and a hot tub. Now get 15% off any footlong when you order in the app.
Back here in our main event, there's Caleb Plant, world champion at 168 pounds, IBF titleist, and is a very serious man in the gym. Again, there's the sweet hands, all different types of push-ups, and also, I don't even know if Sean Porter can do this.
Don't ask.
Look at this.
This is serious.
That's crazy core strength. You can do stuff like that. Your core is crazy strong.
I'm glad I'm not in the gym with him anymore. Wow.
That core strength is crazy.
Your level of commitment in the gymnasium, right, Sean? That takes an awful lot.
It shows up in the fight.
This is round 4. I think Plant. Let's see if he can put on some pressure here. Because this isn't really an exciting fight because Truax isn't doing anything to make this fight exciting. He's not taking any risk. I believe personally, when you're got a fighter and you're coming in here as a massive underdog, what do you have to lose? What are you worried about, getting knocked out? At this point, who cares? I'd rather get knocked out than get pummeled for 12 rounds, which is what is on the verge of happening here. Get in there, try to make it rough, make it dirty. Hell, throw some bows if you can. I know that's all easier said than done, but he's got to do something because he's not doing anything. And what I want to see from Plant, nasty little like check uppercut right there. Like a left check uppercut was nasty. I think Truax is bleeding from the nose, or is his face just super red? Nice jab. That jab has been landing all night. What I want to see from Plant is if he can get that killer instinct, because he's hitting Truax at will, guys. He's hitting him whenever he wants to hit him. Yeah, I think the nose is bleeding. What's up, Giuseppe? How you doing, brother? No, it's all good, man. We just kicking it, watching some fights tonight, Small crowd.
Are you strong enough to do everything that you've done in the past? I got a feeling that to that point, he'll be broken down by that.
Yeah, he's getting hit harder in this round.
Yeah, I want to see if Plant got the killer instinct in him.
He's just landing those shots a little harder. He's drawing a little bit of blood on Caleb Truax now.
I'm glad you said that because that's one thing I like about Caleb. He doesn't just come out and have one speed and one tempo. I think I do that. I kind of have one speed and one tempo through the course of a fight.
Yes, Sean, you have one speed, and that's all go. He's tagging his face up. I mean, look at the face of Truax right now. This fight is going how I kind of thought it would. Easy. It's going to be an easy night. It's going to be an easy night for Plant. Working, making me miss the fights. Plant's having an easy night, Giuseppe, bro. He's we're in the 4th round. The box stat says Plant's landed 58, Truax has landed 12. I don't even pay attention to the box stats. All I'm gonna tell you is Plant's landing his punches at will. Nice little inside uppercut there from Truax. He has to do more stuff like that. He has to do more stuff like that. But that's probably the best shot he's landed all fight. But Truax is bleeding from the nose. He getting beat up. And this is pretty much what I thought the fight would be. That's a nice little left check uppercut, man. And he's so accurate and fast with his punches. Plant just doing what he do. Yep, Jay Oliver, Plant just dominating. He's just dominating. Like I said he would. So nothing of surprise here tonight. And again, at what point, if you're Caleb Truax, do you just go for broke? You're not going to win a decision. You're not going to outpoint Caleb Plant. When do you say to hell with it and just go for the gusto? Because we're in the 5th round. Do we really want to watch 5 more rounds of this man getting beat up like this? This is very similar to what Canelo did to Callum Smith. And that's what I said. I said, you're going to see something very similar to what Canelo did to Callum Smith. And that's what you're seeing right here. No disrespect to Truax. I mean, he's a veteran. That was the best punch right there. That little check, that little right uppercut he had in the inside on the ropes right there. But that's what he's got to do. He's got to push the pressure. Go put his head down, go forward, and try to rough Caleb Plant up if he can. I want to see Caleb. What I want to see from Plant is that killer instinct. I mean, we're at the point right now, round 5, 6, or 7. He should be looking to end the fight. This thing maybe shouldn't go to around 8 or 9. I still can't get over Plant looking like a highlighter. What is he wearing? What is he wearing?
Let's go to Marcos Villegas and see how he's scoring this fight. Marcos, what do you have? I definitely agree with you, Brian.
Maiden day. Yeah, that's what I told you, bro. Sparring match tonight, bro. I'm back playing out here doing this 1-2. I told you about Plant. It's easy he just hard to hit him. And Truax, to me, he's not throwing enough punches. And I understand why he's not throwing enough punches. I mean, once he opens up, he's getting tagged with 2 and 3 punch combinations. So it's hard to tell a guy when he's getting punched in the face to throw more punches. So I get it. I just think he's got to rough it up, though. He's got to make this a nasty fight if he wants a chance. But Plant's having an easy night. Plant's got it having an easy night tonight.
Even as an amateur, and we just call this simply a funny jab, but they got another name for it. Figure it out and bring it up. That's his punch. It's like a 45-degree hook.
No Productions thinks that Kobe Gross catching that pass from Milton. I don't think that was Kobe Gross. Looks just like him. Was it? I have to go back and watch it. That looked like, I don't know, because Kobe Gross got this like curly afro thing going. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong.
Pivot out like that, and then you'll have that extra moment. There's not going to be very many moments for Caleb Truax in this fight. There's a moment where you're close. You got to be confident and let your hands go.
40 seconds left in round 5.
You're right. He has different speeds and goes through every gear.
There you go. He's got what I would like to see from Plant do a little bit more in this fight is shoot the jab more, because he's hitting the jab at will. Shoot the jab more and then feint that jab and come around with the right. He might be able to put Truax on his ass if he does that. Shoot the jab, feint it, bam, hit him with the right. Plus he throws a lot of combinations. I would double up the jab and follow that with the right hand, with the overhand right.
10 seconds now this round. Tries with the right hand to the body.
We're about to hit the 6th round, and Plant kind of took the foot off the gas there down the stretch of that round. But again, the jab's landing at will. You can see the hair; he moves just like him. Okay, Tyler, let me look at the video again. You could be right.
Allegro works 2 times faster than Claritin, and unlike Zyrtec, it's non-drowsy. Say
I didn't see the fro. Maybe it is gross. It's so hard to tell from a video that was taken in the bleachers. But I agree with you on the movement. He runs like him. He runs like him. I agree with you there. Kind of a stiff running motion. And Kobe is light skinned. Yeah, he is. That guy looks white. But you're right. Us light skinned dudes, we all look alike. That's what you're trying to say, Tyler. That us light skinned dudes all look alike. Got it. Round 6, Plant's dominating. Like Maiden Dade said, we got a sparring match going on here tonight. Giuseppe says, based on what you can see, can Plant give Canelo some problems? I would say this fight's hard to judge on that, Giuseppe. Truax isn't giving Plant anything to adjust to or think about. Plant's just kind of doing whatever he wants. I might want to see Plant maybe fight another 2 fights before taking on a Canelo, but I think Plant gives problems to Canelo anyway, just because of the style of boxer that he is. Not saying he beat Canelo, but I think he would give Canelo problems because of the style of boxer that he is. Again, he's got great speed, great foot movement. He's a guy that gets in, gets out very quickly. He can land 3 punches before you can hit him. Those kind of things bode well for him against Canelo. The one thing about Canelo, which you want to see Caleb Plant, I would like to see Caleb Plant maybe in a future fight a guy that can do this. Canelo is always moving forward, applying that steady pressure. Canelo's got extremely good defense as well. So Canelo applies the pressure probably unlike any boxer out there. So I don't know how Caleb Plant would adjust to that because Truax isn't doing that in this fight. Truax isn't even throwing any punches. I think we got 1:15 left in the 6th round, and I haven't seen Truax throw more than 3 punches this round, if that. He's moving forward, but he's not throwing any punches. Canelo won't do that. Canelo won't do that. Yeah, Truax looks like he just wants to survive. That's what I'm saying, man. He's just in there. He's not, I want to see the killer instinct from Plant and just put this fight away. But I get the kind of fighter Plant is. That's not really his that's not really his go-to. Plant would rather outbox you for 12 rounds than go in here for the kill, which I think if he wanted to, he could end this fight here in the next round or so. But I agree with OG a little bit that I think Canelo would apply a level of pressure that Plant's not used to. Canelo's got a boatload of experience that I would argue Plant maybe need another couple fights, 2 or 3 more fights before I'd feel extremely. I already think Plant would give Canelo a tough fight, but if I want to go for the win, Plant might need a few more fights. But he's dominating this fight. Oh my God, look at the blood in slow motion. That looked dope. Oh, look at the blood just spewing off his face. I like the slow motion view of that. But Plant is doing his thing tonight. He's dominating this fight. What up, No Productions in the building, bro? I saw the Discord stuff, man. You got some people dropping some gems on the Discord, No Productions. I love it. Thoughts on Michael Coffey? I was working during that fight. He's a good prospect. Former Marine out of Brooklyn. We were watching that fight live, bro. He knocked the snot out of Buddy. Great. What was that? I think he hit him with the right hook, if I'm not mistaken, right? On the inside. Great punch, man. That was a great punch. I like Coffey. I like him. Truax is barely tapping him with the jab. Plant is doing actual damage. Absolutely. No, I knew it. Yeah, man, that fight night game, man. Hell yeah, I've heard Pac versus Garcia, not an exhibition. That's a money fight, Juan. That's gonna be a money fight. I heard they're trying to make that fight. That's gonna be a money fight. Maybe a passing of the torch fight. But I wouldn't sleep on Pacquiao in that fight. Not Caleb Plant. I'm sorry. Ryan Garcia has kind of shown that if you hit him on the chin, he can go down. Pacquiao applies that pressure too, so I'd be down to watch it. I don't even know the guy was that made the basketball shot. Bro, I didn't even watch the basketball video. I was watching that Mackenzie Milton throw that thing to what people are saying is Kobe Gross. No knee brace, dropping dimes. I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
Mentally, spiritually, physically, serious young man.
The Discord's looking good, Noah Productions. We got to keep trying to build that thing.
He says he wants the knockout, and he still may get it.
Come on, Plant. Let's get the knockout. The jab is landing. Throw the jab more.
And then it's much easier to get that knockout. You go out, rounds now 7.
Yeah, it's got to be Kobe Gross. I think Pacquiao knocks Garcia out, old age and all. I kind of agree with you, OG. I'm kind of there with you. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of there with you. I'm not really, and I don't want to, knock Ryan Garcia, but I'm not really sold on Ryan Garcia. He's shown that if you touch the chin, and plus Ryan Garcia fights with his chin in the air anyway. I'm with you, bro. I think Pat could catch him. I think Pat could catch him. I'm kind of with you, OG. That's a money fight either way it goes. And quite frankly, that makes more sense for Manny Pacquiao. If you look at Manny Pacquiao in this stage of his career, it makes all the sense of the world why he would drop the belt at the Manny Pacquiao is not interested in defending that welterweight title. He's not interested in fighting mandatories and Pacquiao's looking for paydays. Ryan Garcia is a payday. Manny out fighting these tough welterweights when he can make a bunch of money fighting a lightweight and Ryan Garcia, it makes all the sense for Manny Pacquiao. Garcia jaw looks suspect. Absolutely. No Productions. You should set up some dedicated chats in the Discord of football. I agree. Good advice from Tyler right there. Let's get that Discord popping. I'm all for that. Garcia jaw looks suspect. Plant getting lazy on defense. I don't like it. I think Plant's getting lazy. I think he's getting bored in the ring. If I'm being honest with you, Made. I agree with you. I think he's bored. I think he's bored in the ring, which is why I say I want to see that killer instinct from him, man. Go for the knockout. Because Plant's doing anything he wants to do in the ring right now. I think he's getting a little bit lazy in there and kind of uninterested. I've been also wanting to write some Discord bots. It's a great idea. I'm going to do that in a sec, actually. I'm going to make you a mod in the Discord. They took his belt today. Yeah, they took his belt today, Juan. That's what I'm saying. They stripped him. But again, that makes all the sense in the world for them to strip Manny Pacquiao. For one, he wasn't defending the title. He's doing his Senate stuff over in the Philippines as well. So if you're not going to defend the title, strip him. But from Manny Pacquiao's standpoint, he don't need a title at this point in his career. His legacy is cemented. He's 40. What is Manny? 40 years old? Man, Manny's trying to cash out on paydays at the end of his career. He's not trying to defend the belt on a regular basis. Ryan Garcia fight makes all the sense in the world. The Conor McGregor rumored exhibition fight makes all the sense in the world. Manny Pacquiao is trying to get major paydays. He's not trying to be fighting these young bulls and Bud and Earl Spence and guys like that. Do you mind if I put the Discord link? No Productions. Go ahead, man. Drop the Discord. By all means, drop the Discord, bro. Plant just looking to get rounds in. I think his fight since the whole COVID started. I think you're right, Giuseppe. I think this is his first fight since the COVID started. So you're not wrong there. Again, I just think he's bored in the ring, quite honest with you. He hit him. Truax hit him on the chin right there, and Plant ate it. But right now, he's kind of putting on the pressure, which I love to see. Plant's putting on the pressure a little bit here in this round, which he needs to do. I told you Plant was doing too much early in the fight. First and second round, he was going too hard. I agreed. I don't think he wants the Spence Crawford smoke. I don't think they technically stripped him. He's the champion in recession. Yo, whatever that means. I think they stripped him. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Ugas is the official WBA super champ. I don't mean he afraid of them, but no, I know exactly what you mean, Juan. It's not that he's afraid, but Manny Pacquiao at 40 years old, does he want to go into having a hellacious training camp to fight young, legit pound-for-pound fighters and Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? Or does he want to go into a training camp where he probably doesn't have to put that much work into it, fight a guy that he's two or three weight classes over, and Ryan Garcia, and a guy that already hit the mat against Luke Campbell? Ryan Garcia is an easier fight for Pacquiao, and it's a bigger money fight for Pacquiao. Ryan Garcia is it just is what it is. That was a good right. I didn't even see that because I was talking in the chat. The problem is for Truax, Plant's eating those punches.
If you're Caleb Truax, understand that I found a home with this right hand. Let me try to line it up some more and try to knock out Caleb Plant.
Plant nails him with a short right hand there. And then he has such varied shots. Sean, it's a sign of a guy who fights, not just boxes, right? Saying, hey, I don't care what I'm throwing. I want to land my hand on you. I want to bounce my hand off your head.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. And now we can, if anything, point out a mistake or flaw of Caleb Plant. That if he is,
yeah, this is why I say. Come on, Plant. This is why I say Plant needs another 2 or 3 fights before we start talking about Canelo. Manny is way too inactive to fight the top guys like Crawford and Spence. Agreed there. Another good right. Plant looking sloppy. I told you, Pope, Plant was doing too much in them first and second rounds. I don't know, man. I mean, he's still obviously winning the fight, but I get it. Truax is kind of landing some punches here down the stretch. I guess what you guys call sloppy. Oh, Plants run everywhere around Tyler, no doubt. What they're talking about, Maiden Day and OG, they're not saying that he's losing rounds because he's not. He hasn't lost a round. He's getting hit with unnecessary shots right now. That's the issue. When you're a guy with Plant's skill level and talent, Truax is hitting him with stuff that he shouldn't be hitting him with right now. And I think that what they call sloppy, I think he's just content in the ring. I don't think he feels Truax can hurt him. He's taken those shots and hasn't budged. And because I don't think he feels he can be hurt, he's being a little bit lackadaisical on the defensive side of it. That's just my take. Truax isn't doing anything special, and he's damn sure not winning any rounds. But Plant has he's let his guard down.
He's landed a few of those shots, so Plant cannot get sloppy. Good jab up the middle from Plant as well. But Truax is game, very game.
And all of that comes with experience. I mean, I think we forget sometimes that Caleb Plant only has 20 fights. He only has 20 fights, and he's the IBF super middleweight champion. Canelo Alvarez has over 50 fights. So Plant will get better with experience. But I agree. He's getting a little sloppy here down the stretch. He's getting hit with stuff that he shouldn't be getting hit with. And he's still landing the jab at will. He's still throw the jab. I would just pump the jab. He's landing the jab whenever he wants. He's snapping his head back whenever he wants.
Understanding that there's always time for you to do what you need to do, implement your game plan to win a fight. It's not just a matter of the first half of the fight or even the second half of the fight. All of it.
Plant will die if he fights Charlo or Canelo like this. Plant was going too hard in the first couple rounds? You think he's gassed out, OG? That was a good counter punch. Sometimes you got to take one to give one, and he gave a hell of a little uppercut right there, or was that like a uppercut hook, whatever that was. Shout out to Truax, man. He's tough, but he's been getting beat up, but he's got blood leaking all over his face. But shout out to him, man, because he's taking some good punches himself. You said it, Maiden Day. Plant looks like the white James Toney. I can see that comparison. That's a decent comparison, Giuseppe. James Toney's probably a better defensive fighter, but Plant's defense isn't bad either. Pope, what I'm saying is Plant was just too aggressive in the first and second rounds, out punching himself. Okay. I feel like Plant needed to go off there. He had him in the corner and just stood there. But then again, Truax looks way. Yeah, Truax is done. We know at 37, he's past his prime. We know all of that. Again, that's why I want to see that killer instinct. I just want to see can he end the fight? It doesn't look like he's going or trying to.
Final seconds, and that is 9 rounds.
Plant started talking a little bit of trash down out there. Breaking news: Polk, Matt Stafford traded to the Rams. Seriously, I don't know if I can get too excited for that. I don't know how much Matt Stafford got left in the tank, but he's probably an upgrade over Jared Goff. Stafford traded for Goff. That's crazy. First of all, why would the Lions do that? I would take Stafford over Jared Goff. So for that, it's an upgrade. I don't know why the Lions would do that. Where you see that at? I'm looking for it right now, and I don't see that in breaking news, man. Don't be in here talking about no fake breaking news. Detroit. Oh, yeah, right here. Adam Schefter. Detroit is dealing Matt Stafford to L.A. in exchange for 2 future first-round picks, a third-round pick, and Jared Goff, per sources. 2 former overall picks placed in the first blockbuster trade of 2021. So hold on. Let me read this right. The Rams traded for Matt Stafford, and they traded 2 overall first-round picks for him? I guess. Matt Stafford's kind of past his prime himself. I don't know if I'd give up that much. They should have gave that deal for Deshaun Watson. That should have been what they should have did. That would have made more sense. Okay, Plant's coming out here with a little bit different bit of an aggression right here in that 10th round. Come on, Plant. I like what he's doing here. I like what Plant's showing, that little different level of aggression in this round. Look like he's coming out here trying to finish it. Come on, Plant. Now, Truax came in there, landed a little bit something right there. That 1-2 from Plant is just.
So right around that time, Plant having done all that work, as Sean, you mentioned, investing throughout the fight in the body work and laying the wood.
He looked like he was going for the gusto, and then he backed off. I don't know why, but he kind of backed off.
He's got to find that moment now, kill Plant.
Ooh, nice 3-punch combination. Truax is taking some hellacious shots. Truax is taking some hellacious shots right now. Shout out to Truax, man, because he's taking some punches. This is at 37. I don't know.
He's got to get that left hand up. You know, I call it forward thinking. Think beyond this fight. What am I getting hit with?
Way overpriced for Stafford. I agree, man. That's a lot of. You traded a lot for Matt Stafford, who's been in the league. What? When Matt Stafford come out? I mean, Matt Stafford's been in the league for at least 10+ years.
pounding him on the arm.
Wow, it's funny you say that because I was just thinking to myself, Caleb Truax looks like he's still got a lot in the tank.
Plant definitely ain't ready for no Canelo. A tough, solid veteran. Them arms heavy. Class will never die, so Truax will win. This is true, guys. Truax will win what? Come on, man, chill. Chill out. Shout out to Truax for being a tough fight, but
Final seconds, round number 10. Caleb Truax backing up. The champ gets him on the ropes. Truax dug in his own body shot there.
Very good 1-2 right there to end the round. We'll have more of that when we return.
yeah, Plant needs some more fights before he fights Canelo. I'll agree there, guys. I'll definitely agree there.
It's expensive.
I still think he has the skill and the type of fighting style that will give Canelo problems, but he needs some more experience and some more seasoning before he gets in the ring with the pound for pound.
But I guess life goes on.
What's going on, Todd Pope? How are you doing, man?
Shop millions of great deals, all with a free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
Final 2 rounds here. Caleb Plant, world champion.
Watson will be more at a minimum of 3 first-round draft picks, and the player Stafford is an upgrade. He's definitely an upgrade, Joseph. I'm Jay Oliver. I'm not saying he's not an upgrade. I just don't know if that wasn't. They paid a little too much for a 15-year vet. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think he's definitely an upgrade over Jared Goff. No doubt there. But if the only difference between Matt Stafford and Deshaun Watson was an extra first-round pick, they should have just threw in the extra first-round pick.
Plant is able to outland in terms of jabs, 49-14, power punches, 95-19. And you see there,
Todd, I could never live up north, man. I don't know how y'all deal with them blizzards and snowstorms. I'm a Florida dude. I'm not trying to deal with none of that stuff. That's why I'm glad I'm here in Hawaii. I don't do the cold, bro. Plant needs to tighten up that defense. Yeah, I agree. I think he's kind of Plant, get off the rope. No, he's not really taking no damage. I just don't want to see him on the ropes. It's been a blowout for sure. But when you start talking about elite level fighting, you nitpick, and I think that's what that's what I'm doing. I know that's what the guys in the chat are doing. Maiden Day, OG. No one's saying Plant's at risk of losing this fight. I don't think anybody gave Truax a round. With that said, if we're talking about the elite level, we're talking about Charlo. If Charlo was to ever come up to middleweight, super middleweight, if we're talking about Canelo, which is really who I'm talking about, you got to nitpick. Caleb Plant needs another 2 or 3 fights before I think I'm ready to put him in there with Canelo. That's just me. I agree with Giuseppe right there. Plant needs a better opponent. Again, I think halfway through this fight, Plant just got a little bored. Rounds 3 through like 3, 4, 5. I mean, the dude was landing punches at will and dominating. 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say about 7, 8 and on. He kind of got bored and got lackadaisical on the defense. Offensively, he's still hitting shots. Where are you, Todd? Watch out with Stanford on the Rams. My opinion, that's all Stanford needs is an O-line so he won't get killed. I think it's an upgrade for sure. I just kind of feel like they may have overpriced them, but I mean, the Rams are kind of in win now mode anyway. You got Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Cam Akers. Now you got a quarterback. I kind of get it. If I'm the Rams, I kind of understand it. You instantly upgrade and though. Polk, how expensive is Hawaii, fam? Been wanting to come, of course, after this pandemic died down. Living here is expensive. As a As a tourist, though, I mean, it's no more expensive than if you were to go to New York or something. So living costs here is expensive. If you just was coming to visit and you and the old lady or whoever, you know, it's a vacation to Hawaii. So obviously you're gonna save up some money to come here anyway. It to me, it's no different if you were to plan a trip to like Puerto Rico or something. Same type of price range. I gotta say, great show, Pope. Just laid back talking boxing. LOL, my favorite thing to do, bro. I love it. Plant needs to move. Plant needs more work. I agree. I agree, Maiden Day. This fight is showing that he needs a little bit more work. Needs a little bit more work. But then again, look, he's still dominating the fight. But I think you're right. Again, I think about 2-3 more fights, and then we can start with the Canelo stuff. Then we can really start to get into Canelo stuff. This is the 12th round. I mean, it's going to be a unanimous 12-round decision. Plant didn't lose a round, but I think there's some things he definitely can look at this and work on for sure.
This is what we do. You know, this is what we prepare for. If the game plan was to break,
And this is his first fight since COVID, so I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit.
so what, get the knockout. You know, so I like what I heard from both corners.
And Truax with great spirit there, trying to move, and you can see trying to get close enough to land, kind of like Rocky Marciano, right? Trying to land the Susie cue, trying to get that right hand close enough that he can throw that and detonate on Plant's head. Plant not looking to allow that. Keeps busy with the jab, right-handed jab, drops Truax back.
Okay, you got a guy countering you with overhand right. Keep him backing up, and he'll never have a chance to even try to set up overhand right. Caleb Plant, if anything, his offense is now his defense, and preventing Caleb Truax from landing overhand right.
Again, Plant is a strong guy at 168. You can see it. That's why I mentioned he's a very different fighter than, say, Callum Smith, in that he is big at this weight. Good hard shot. You see the width of his shoulders, how he's able to plant and dig and throw these hard
And
shots.
Callum Smith was like 6'3", though.
You can't just drive him back.
Yeah, everybody talks about Davis Benavidez being a big 168 pounder. No mistake that he is. But Caleb Plant is also a big 168 pounder. The frame is different, but he's big and he's getting stronger at the weight, which is great for Caleb Plant and his team.
Final half of this round, final round. Caleb Truax will have to do more, trying to get closer. Caleb Plant has been able to drive him back all night with that jab. And is able to keep him at bay so far in this round. Plant goes to work. He landed that
I would like to see more of that early on. Switching positions, get him on the ropes, and then teeing off. That's what I would like to see more of. I don't know why he waited till the 12th round to kind of do that. And then I want to see you sit down on some of those punches. The hell with those pity pat combinations. Sit down on some of these punches. Plant's got some stuff to work on, but I stand by what I say. I'm going to stand by what I say. If you told me to pick a guy at the super middleweight division that'd give Canelo the most problems, it would be Caleb Plant. Styles make fights, and I think the style matches up with Canelo. He needs more experience. There's some things he needs to work on for sure. I mean, he's a guy with only 20 fights under his belt, but I like Caleb. He still got the goods to me. Final 10 seconds. We're definitely going to get to a unanimous decision here, which is what I predicted. I said unanimous decision, so this doesn't surprise me. I said if he can make a statement, he'll end it in 5. We didn't get that. I'm not surprised by the unanimous 12-round decision. He didn't lose a round. So not drinking a cold one. I got a little drink right here, Top Pope. Nothing too serious. If Plant would have saved some of that energy and the aggression, he would have put Truax away in the 10, 12. Okay, fair shit. But that's, again, OG, that's something that you learn from, right? So that he going to go back and he can learn from that and say, you know what? We can learn from that, maybe save some of that energy. We'll have more on them punches in the later rounds. So Caleb Plant's young with a lot of room to grow. So I'm not worried too much about Caleb Plant. But I agree right now, if you'd have told me if Caleb Plant was going to fight Canelo his next fight, yeah, Canelo's going to get that all day. Caleb Plant needs a few more fights under his belt, and then let's judge him from there. I like Plant, like you said, needs more polishing. Absolutely needs more polishing. Was Caleb Plant an Olympian? I know Caleb Plant is a decorated amateur. I don't think Caleb Plant has a medal or an Olympian, but he does have a style that's because he's a good point, Giuseppe. To your point, Caleb Plant was a decorated amateur fighter, so you see the amateur in his game. You know, and the amateurs is all about points, not going for the kill. So absolutely, you see the amateur fighting style in his game. I don't think he went to Olympics. Any OG or Maiden Day, y'all know if he went to the Olympics or not? I don't think he did. But I definitely know he was a decorated amateur fighter. OG says, "Oh yeah, we talking about tonight." Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Like I said, I think you're right on point. Like he's not gonna beat Canelo right now, and there's definitely stuff he got to tighten up with. Absolutely. But again, I stand by what I say on Caleb Plant. I think he gives Canelo a hell of a fight when the time's ready and the times go. I think that's a hell of a fight. Plant needs to tighten up his defense up because I didn't see any of it tonight. In the later part of the fight, I agree with that main day. I thought he was solid defensively the first 5-6 rounds. I don't think he got hit. And that had a lot to do with Truax not even throwing a lot of punches. Once he kind of got lackadaisical in there, Truax was getting he was throwing a little bit of stuff right there. Now you look at some of these punches. If he wanted to push it, he could have pushed it. He could have pushed the pressure on some of these punches and got Truax up out of there.
What the name of that punch is? It's actually called a shovel jab, and that's more of that.
A shovel jab. It's like a mix between an uppercut and a jab. I thought he could have put the pressure on after that punch. He landed some beautiful shots though. But I agree. Got to work on the defense. I think offensively, Caleb Plant's got everything you need. Defensively, he's got to work on some stuff. 2012, I believe. So he was in the Olympics in 2012. Okay. Throws a lot of power. He just throws the jab. He landed the jab here tonight at will. They say he only landed 19% of them, but from watching the fight, it felt like he was landing the jab every time he threw it. Yeah, awesome jab.
Let's get the decision. We go to the ring and Jimmy Lennon Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, the judges we have a unanimous decision.
Obviously.
120 to 108 in favor of the winner and still champion Sweet Hands.
Good fight, guys. I mean, if you like boxing, this was a good fight. Again, you got a young champion right here who needs more polish and more work, but the future's bright for Caleb Plant. Truax, you got an old wily vet. I wouldn't be surprised if this may be his last fight. I don't know how many more fights a guy like Truax is gonna have. And I mean, he was beating them up. Not quite as good as Canelo Alvarez's performance against Callum Smith. I mean, not only did Canelo did everything Plant did tonight offensively, but Callum Smith couldn't even touch Canelo. So absolutely. Canelo, but again, to me, Canelo's the pound for pound. So he's on a different level than most of these fighters. All right, Poke, much love, fam. Till next fight. All right, OG. And with that, just like OG said, he's out. We've been on here 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thanks to everybody who showed up for the fight night. Caleb Plant retains the IBF super middleweight title. I'm going to head out here and grab me something to eat myself. Hey, thanks everybody who tuned into to the fight night. And like you said, the next fight will be on here live, man. Polk, Spence, Earl Spence versus Plant? Come on, man. What are we talking about? Earl too little. Earl's too little. Come on. All right, John. I'm gonna answer this question and then I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta hear your thoughts. Look, I love Earl as much as anybody. You're talking about 147, 154, 160, all the way to 168? Come on, man. Earl and Canelo makes more sense because at least Canelo started off at 154. Okay, we know Canelo can fight at 160. Canelo probably will never fight at 154 again. But Canelo can make a 160, I think, if he wanted to, 168. I know Earl Spence. Again, I got some buddies that live in Dallas. They see Earl on a regular basis. Earl walks around 180 and I'm not talking about sloppy. He walks around 180, still big and in shape. I got all of that. But I just can't see how reach, height, everything's in Caleb's Plant's corner. I don't see where Earl could. I just don't see it. I don't see it, Maiden Dade. Maybe you think differently, bro, but I don't see that one. Too much is working against Earl Spence to fight a 168 pounder. But thanks everybody, man. I'ma holla at y'all next time. Stay classy. He said I'm just messing. Gotta be. But we out here, guys. Y'all have a good Saturday night. I'm gonna get drunk and watch The Grinch. All right, I'll holla.